Are you a Jesus-loving woman who overexercises and deprives herself of food, desperately trying to obtain a goal weight on the scale? And yet, at the same time, you strive to be a healthy version of yourself by eating well and feeling fit? Hi, I'm Andrea, and I was running on the same hamster wheel for over 20 years. My toxic body image and eating disorder stole my joy and self-respect. Thankfully, God was always with me, fighting my battles and blessing me with the grit to reclaim my life. I'm off the hamster wheel, but I see you still stuck in the cage, and I want to help free you too. Journey with me every week. I'll share personal stories, tools, mindset shifts, and the practical steps I took to heal my unhealthy relationship with food and exercise. I don't believe food and exercise are the problems. I believe they're part of the solution. Instead, I'll teach you how your mindset and faith are the keys to healing. Get ready to navigate your newfound path to healing. Get ready to reclaim your self-worth. Get ready to realign with your God-given identity. For in this identity is where you find true wellness and healing. When you are well, your gifts shine into the world. Shine on, babe. Let's do this. I'm Andrea Carroll, and this is Good Vanilla. Hey, pretty peeps. I'm quickly popping in here before we get rolling to communicate that I am not giving medical advice. I'm giving energetic, emotional, and mental support for women on their health journeys. I'm here because I care. I hope sharing my story will in some way help you on your unique path. Okay, let's dive in. Hey there, lovely souls. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so happy to have you here. It feels so good to be spending this time with you. This one is for all you mamas out there, and especially mamas that are raising daughters. Has this ever happened to you? Mom, I'm fat. Oh my gosh, right? Like color drain from the face. What do you say to that? What do you say to that? Especially if you are a mom healing from an eating disorder, if that was a part of your past, if you struggle with body image, accepting your body for what it is. How do you look your daughter in the face and tell her to love herself, right? That is so hard. And it's triggering. Our kids know how to trigger us. And this happened to me a few weeks ago when I was walking on an indoor track with my daughter at our YMCA. It was dark outside. It was night. She and I inside, obviously it was light, so we could see our reflection in the mirror or in the glass that surrounded the track. And she looked in me. I could see that she was looking at her reflection, and she looked at me and she said, "Mom, I'm fat." And my heart broke. My stomach dropped to the floor. Here are 7 things. If your kid comes up to you and says, "Mom, I'm fat," do these 7 things, okay? Here are 7 things for you right now. First, number 1, hug your kid. Hug your child. I took Ava and I gave her a big hug. I wanted her to feel that she was loved for who she was in that moment. And I said, "Ava, oh, Ava, I love you." 2, I said to Ava, "Who created you?" And she said, "Well, God did." And I looked at her and asked, "Does God make mistakes?" Nope, he doesn't. Okay. Tell your kid that God made them on purpose, for a purpose, the way they are. They are wonderfully and fearfully made, right? We all are. Every detail. He did not leave anything out. no ounce of attention or love was lost in us being born, in the way we are. So you need to tell your child that. The third thing is, I said to Ava, your body type is different from my body type. The thing about body types, you guys, are there's general categories. There's endomorph, ectomorph, and mesomorph. But each of us are a unique combination, or we can be a unique combination of like up to all three of them. It's not like you're just one or this one or that one. That's how wonderfully and fearfully we are made. That we're not so boring that we're just an endomorph or an ectomorph or a mesomorph. Like those are wonderful names, right? Like, don't ever call yourself an endomorph or an ectomorph or a mesomorph, or that would be awful. Don't say that. Don't call yourself that. But I still am teaching my daughters about the different body types and educating them on that. And I brought specifically to Ava's attention, I said, Ava, you are built differently than me. You are stronger than me. I said, you're going to be strong. Like, look at your shoulders, girl. She is. Like, she has these shoulders on her, and she was made with more muscle mass. Like, she just has the muscle mass that I have never had and never will have, even though I try so hard putting on some upper body muscle and strength. I would never be able to touch Ava in that area. Like, she is so strong, and I had to celebrate that with her. Okay, so that's the third thing, the body types. The fourth thing is point out the fact that your child has different eating habits and different level, and it has a different activity level. There are those differences there. So I wanted Ava to know. I told her, I said, honey, we don't eat the same way. I love fruits and vegetables. I love my sweet potatoes. I love my black beans. I love my quinoa. Like, I love all these things. I love my chickpeas and I love all these vegan foods and like curry, like sweet potato curries and all these different foods because I'm an adult and my palate has adapted and changed over the years. When I was 9, I didn't eat like that. But she has different eating habits. She doesn't eat the same way as me. So we're going to look differently based on what we eat as well. And our activity levels are different. I pointed out, I work out 4 days a week. You get exercise too, but it's different. You are running around and being a kid and playing games, where I am doing specific functionality workouts where I am toning my core and working on my back muscles and, doing all these things so that I can maintain a youthful physicality, so that I can have the quality of life and function in my life the way I want to as a mother of active kids. Like, I want to be able to do all this stuff with them, and I need to maintain this, or else I'm going to throw my back out, or I'm going to get injured, or you know what I'm saying? Like, when you are doing those specific exercises, your body is going to be more toned. That's just the way it is. You're just focusing on those muscle groups, and that's the way that is. Another thing to point out, though, I told her, I was like, Ava, the age you are at right now, your hormones are playing a part in this. When you are starting puberty, like, your body is going through so much, and it is going to hold on to weight in certain areas, and it just ebbs and flows so much. And I didn't want her to compare herself where she's at. We're obviously in different seasons of our lives, and our bodies are doing different things. So I wanted her to know that where she's at with her hormones and her body she's becoming a woman. And that is different. I already am a woman. I've adjusted to that, and I've grown into myself, and she is still doing that. That is a whole different piece. And I wanted her to know, because then she started saying about how yeah, but do you think I should lose weight? And I said, no. And my husband and I have been very clear about this from the get-go. And when at the age of 9, losing weight is not the focus. Creating a healthy lifestyle, that's the focus. It is not on, oh my gosh, you're right. You're feeling, okay, well, let's see if we can lose some weight. No, because see, that's how I that's how I began my journey with exercise, was okay, I'm doing this to lose weight. And I got to tell you, I understand that that's the goal for most people, when you begin exercises to lose weight, but that should be the byproduct. That should be the symptom of doing something that gives you energy. That should be a symptom of doing something that you love, and that energizes your life and fuels your life and allows you to live your life the way you want. Now my mindset around exercise is so different. It's radically changed. And I had to put in that work, where when I went into exercise, I looked at it like, I have to do this because I have to lose weight. I started because I loathed myself, and I wanted to be different. I wanted to look different. I wanted to change myself. And starting exercise, having a child start exercise or approach it with that mentality is detrimental to their well-being. It was detrimental to my well-being, and I paid for it for years. So I have made it so very clear to Ava that this is not about losing weight. Yeah, if you want, right now we're walking together up on this track and having a good time. But we're having conversation, we're connecting as mother and child, and this is wonderful. And you can, if you would want to start exercising, if that's something you want to do, we need to really talk about the why behind that and get that right first. Get that mind right. That foundation has to be, that mental, that emotional wellness foundation has to be set in a healthy, supportive way, or else it just snowballs. And that was my experience. Okay? So I made it very clear to her. I was like, okay, creating the healthy lifestyle. It's about, okay, making good food choices most of the time, right? And moving our body and being active. But it needs to be fun. It needs to be enjoyable. Another part, okay, this goes right into the next thing, because so much of what I've said so far has to do with the physical, the outside, the external, right? Like what you can see. That last bit was a lot with mindset, and that's what I ended up explaining to her. The last two things I told her, I said, Ava, if your body, I don't care how physically fit or healthy your body looks on the outside, I said, if your mind isn't healthy, the body isn't healthy. I said, does not matter how good this looks or how good you think it looks or whatever. If your mind isn't healthy, if your mind isn't right, then the body's not healthy. It just isn't, my friends. And the last thing I told her, because at this point I could tell she was uplifted. She was walking taller. She was strutting her stuff again. She was smiling and laughing. And I told her, honey, I'm here for you if you have any other questions or want my help. So often our kids need to be reminded, they need to be told, they need to be shown that we are emotionally available for them when they need us. And I told her how much it meant to me to have this conversation with her, and that she was open, she felt comfortable sharing this with me and then receiving help from me. And I wanted to remind her, this was great, let's do it again. Because there's going to be another thing, you guys. There's going to be another thing that comes up, another thought, another experience. And the last thing we want our children to do is to stuff that, to just try to slip it under a rug, right? And act like it didn't happen, or act like they don't feel this badly about something, and maybe it'll just go away. Because that's what I did. Because it doesn't go away. And it's not going to just be one thing. There's going to be another thing. It's life, right? Life is full of things. Holy cow. Good things and some bad things. But let's see what we can do about increasing the good things and increasing the good things in our kids' lives. And a part of that, a major part of that, is telling them, I am here for you. If you have any other questions or want my help, I'm here. I am available to you. I love you. I see you. I hear you. And I affirmed Ava's experience, and I affirmed the way she felt. I said, I get it, Ava, because I have been starting to share my personal story with her, because she's going to need to know that I understand and I am someone that she can come to, and showing her that once we close ourselves off from asking for help or voicing our frustrations, or being open about how we really feel about something, once we close that off, it takes a lot to open that up again. And that's the last thing we want to do. So if your kid comes to you and says, Mom, I'm fat, depending on how they say it, please don't blow them off. You wouldn't want that to be done to you. And there's so much underneath that. Look at what we just talked about right now. There's so much there in that statement, right? Because it's not a truth. They're not fat. There's messaging in this world, right, that is telling them to think this way about themselves, and it's not true. So it is our job as mamas to tell them the truth, to tell them God's truth, and to tell them our truths, and to be there for them to discover their truths and to connect them to those truths. Okay? You have a great rest of your day, friend. I'll talk to you next week. Thank you. Bye. Psst. Hey, girl, I got to tell you something. Did you know your eating disorder is keeping secrets from you? Yeah, it's a total butthead. But don't worry, I'm here for you. In fact, created a freebie for you to download. It's the 4 secrets your eating disorder doesn't want you to know. And these are 4 things that I wish I would have known years ago, back when I felt like I just could not get my head above the water, no matter how hard I tried. I felt like wave after wave was crashing on me. These are the secrets that have really set me free, knowing these truths about myself. And they are things your eating disorder is trying to keep from you so it can keep control over you. Don't stay in the dark, friend. The link is in the show notes. Go Download it now. Hey there, beautiful. Do you feel like every step forward in your healing journey, you are met with setback after setback? It's like it doesn't matter how much effort you put into feeling better about your body, feeling better about your relationship with food. It doesn't matter what it is. Whatever you are trying to heal in your life, do you feel like the work you are putting in is constantly being erased by a trigger? Well, I hear you. I'm seeing all the comments online about people trying to heal their relationship with their body and with food, and it seems like triggers are something that are relentless in your life. They will not give up their grip on you. Here's the thing. Triggers are not going away, but there's something you can do about it. You have the tools, you have the capability within you to fight back. And to help you do this, I created a little workbook, a free download for you to get right now and start working on fighting back against your triggers. It's my 3-step process to tame your triggers. I walk you through, there are journal prompts in the workbook that walks you through exactly what you need to do to set up your own plan so that you are prepared the next time a trigger strikes. Friend, take back your life. Take back the control. Don't let triggers have control over you. The link for the download is in the show notes. Go download it now and take the first step to defending your life and defending your well-being. You got this, friend. Hey there, lovely souls. It means the world to me that you took time out of your busy schedule to come and hang out with me today. But here's the thing. You made time for yourself also. You put your self-worth and your mental wellness first by listening. Did you know that you can help me spread my message to others that so desperately need it? Hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Rate and review my show. And hey, I want to hang out with you more. Come over on Instagram, follow me at Andrea_Caro, and send me a message. Tell me how you're doing. I want to get to know you. I can't wait to hear from you. And until then, shine on, babes.